Yes, this is a hardcore grind interview with Deon, DRob, Robertson. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for making time, space, and energy for us on today. Now, what attracted you to be an actor?
I didn't never plan on being no actor. I left Detroit in 2011. I came down here and was pretty much left Detroit and changed my life. I beat a case and for drugs, for selling drugs. I beat that and changed my life when I got down here. And I started driving for this company called 2 Men in a Truck. And then a year or so after that, I was actually pretty much praying about God to give me revelation or give me something passionate that I love, that I work hard for. No matter if I start off not making that much money, I just, had a passion for something, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so I met this lady named Sharon, which became like my big sister. Rest in peace to her. She passed away in 2020, but she introduced me into the acting world. She asked me one day randomly, like, I want to give you an audition. I'm like, for what? She was like, for this pilot episode of Anthony Brown, doing it with my ex. I'm like, well, how you gonna do that? I met her in the gym randomly. And so she was like, because I'm the CEO of Studio 11 Films. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, let's do it. And I ended up doing that show with Anthony Brown, the comedian, and the pilot went good, and he referred me to Rodney Perry, the comedian in Atlanta. And it was on from there pretty much. I found something, that passion that I was praying about, and it just been going ever since.
I love it. Now, of all the roles you have played in the past, what's your favorite?
My favorite, I would have to say, thus far, is this movie getting ready to come out called The 10 Love Commandments. I'm the lead in this movie, and it's just, it's a faith-based film, but it's like it's reality. It's stuff that's really going on. So, at the end of the day, that's my whole focus is to, bring God into this entertainment business because, it's well needed.
Absolutely. So, yeah. Now, do you find it hard to be Christian in Hollywood?
I find that it can be challenging if you don't pretty much stand on your truth. I know for me, it took a minute to adjust because I, just adjust to my old lifestyle was a little crazy and wild. So it took me a minute to adjust, and I think, to be honestly, this year really came into like a focus. Like, you know what, God, you've been blessing me through all this stuff. Like, I'm going to go ahead and just stick with you all the way, because it's getting to a point now where you either choose one side or the other, and it's like you can't keep playing in one leg in and one leg out. It's got to be for him or the enemy. So I think this year was my resolution. I feel like I already have begun changing and to focus more on him. But it can be done. Like I said, it just takes focus. It takes focus, discipline, and obedience.
Yes. Now, actors have been African-American actors have been pioneers in Hollywood for many years, and you recently received the Presidential Award, a recognition, achievement award. Yes. How does that make you feel that you are now contributing to the legacy of African-American actors and actresses?
Well, it's just a pleasure. I mean, I've always been a person that love to give back. So it's a foundation that my big sis, shout out to Nicola Mitchell. She started this foundation called Girls Who Brunch. And it was about 7-8 years ago. And so I met her, and she asked me to, help with the celebrity basketball game. So I ended up coaching the celebrity basketball game we have every year. And just it's an organization for girls who, lost or, just need help and need push and motivation from the ages from 6 through 19, I think it is. And I have a daughter myself, she's 11 years old. So it was just something that I wanted to, help out with the community. And so I've done, when I spoke in front of, crowds and the organization. We did Tots for Kids. I played the Santa Claus every year, pass out toys for the girls, and just whatever Nicola needs for me, I do. So that's how I, had submitted for that award, for the presidential award.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. Now, you're a regular actor on the Country Wayne series. How did that come about? Talk a little bit about it.
Oh, okay. So I've been on a Country Wayne, not like personal knowing, but just ran into him since the first day that the lady Sharon asked me about the audition. He was around that time because he wanted her to manage him, but she had so much stuff going on. So we kind of seen each other and talked for a second, and then years down the line, we ended up, meeting at this comedian Ryan Davis show at the Atlanta Comedy Theater. He came through, and so we kind of rekindled and talked about all the things, that have happened since then, and we were supposed to work together at that point. But what happened was, over that pandemic, I ended up losing this number. And so I had people I knew that knew him, but I wanted to get in contact with him directly. Plus, all that stuff was going on during the pandemic. So fast forward to this past July, I had went to one of these events that was like a networking event. And his main cameraman, Chase, happened to be there at the event. And we kind of talked. I just told him, like, if you talk to Country Wayne, let them know, like, I had lost this number and this is what happened. And he was like, I got you. But, most times when somebody say they got you, they'll forget, or they were like, whatever.
Something good to say.
But 3 days after that, I got a call from the production. And, I've been working with him ever since.
I love it. I love it. Now, there's a heavy cost to pursuing you and pulling out your vision. And, when you're trying to pull it all together, who has been your biggest support system throughout your journey?
Throughout my journey, I would have to say my mom's that passed away in 2011. Like, she really instilled a lot in me and believed in me when I was out doing wild things and just in the streets heavy. She was always behind my back, and she was a praying woman, and other than that, it's been my wife, Latasha Robertson. She has been by my side through everything, through all the years, been that backbone, and my daughter also, and my son. My kids, they just remarkable. When you down, they know how to lift you up, put it like that. They teach you, it's almost like they spinning it around, like things you teach them about God to teach them about the word. They flip it on you when you're going through stuff. So that's been my backbone. Yeah.
I love it. Now, you have 10 movies on Amazon Prime, Tubi. You got 2 movies on BT Plus. Listen, how do you balance it all without burning
out? It's unfortunate. It's like I have been to film a lot of these films kind of back to back, or 2 months and 3 months in between. And it's just like, it's like, how can I say, divine order, how it's been coming out, like, in the way it's been coming out, you know what I mean? And so I just, what I do is that's the way I study in a way, shout out to Clifton Powell, that's the OG, that's my acting coach, who kind of showed me how to study in a certain way, where when I have jobs in between and have to hurry up and do another job of acting, he showed me how to study in a way that I can learn everything super fast. And, it's, that method is crazy, because that's what I do. I study method acting. That's the same acting as Denzel, Robert De Niro, Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hanks. That's all the stuff they study is the method acting. So once I got that down pat, it was easy to be able to shoot something and then shoot something else and get into another character. You know what I'm saying? It just took time and studying the craft of and the art of the method acting.
I love it. I love it. Now, if you had the power and you could change anything about the film and TV industry, what would it be and why?
If I had the power to change, I would make more faith-based films that's real life. And I say that because a lot of times people make faith-based movies, but it be really corny because it be showing like everything is just all good once you get with God, it's just all perfect and all good. No, but it's not. Like I would shoot more movies, faith-based movies that's real life. That how it is. Just because you with God don't mean you're not gonna get attacked. You're gonna get attacked 9 times out of 10 you get attacked more. You know what I'm saying? But it's better to be on God's side than the devil's side. Because you can be with God and you're going to have attacks, but you're going to be blessed through them and you're going to be prosperous. And stuff that you get, it's not going nowhere. It never go away. But when you don't have God and not looking towards God, with the devil, you can have some 1 minute and he will snatch it all away just like that. You know what I mean? If you don't do what he wants you to do. So I would just balance the TV world because it's getting real. You know, you have kids watching. They always watch. We all been kids before, and we know how certain stuff can have an effect on us. So I would want to shoot more movies that show real life stuff that happens, but at the end, when you stick with God, that you're going to win and prosper no matter what.
I love it. I love it. Now, what are some of the challenges you faced throughout your journey?
I think because I kind of move really quick in this business, I kind of like, when I say move in the business, just I've learned how to be really good at what I do. And sometimes that, you know, the patience, I had to work on my patience. Like, man, I need to be, it's time for me to be signed, or like, it's time for me to do this and do this. And God has humbled me on that. That's one of the biggest things, because you be like, man, I should be on this. I should be doing this right now. But you know, I've learned a lot of patience along the journey, and I just thank God for helping me for that patience. Because it's like, man, I'm too good to be, you know, I should be this and should be there. But I at the end of the day, like he has showed me, man, you have done some great things, and my way for you is different than everybody else's way. So
absolutely, yeah. You know, I really believe that too. I believe that, I call it the switch up. The switch up is when God places his divine hand on your life, and he starts shaking things up and shaking you loose from certain things and people and places. And a lot of times we spend time trying to negotiate with God. Well, if, you know, we do this, you know, if you just, you know, just come with me over here, and it always comes back to the way he wants and needs to be done and needs you to be. A lot of times we kind of take that for granted. But when you just really trust in him, things around you move like a beat, like a harmony. It's just very smooth. And I've just learned if it's too much issues, push back, push side, then it's not something that I'm supposed to be doing either at that moment or at all. Because if it was something meant for me to do, it's going to come easily to me. It's not going to be no effort with it. I might have to do some work, but I'm not struggling on it, you know. Right. So a lot of times, you know, we don't look at that. You know, we want to negotiate with him, and a lot of times, because he give us free will, he be like, go ahead. Go over there. Go on over there. And then you realize that when you say you want him to come with you, that means you have to do the work to keep him there. And when the work is not being done to keep him there, then whatever you're doing is going to fall apart, because he didn't say you go do it in the first place.
Right. No, exactly. That's so true. You know, his way is much easier.
Yeah, you okay? You got everything going on. You got movies on top of movies. What is next? What do you have next? Because you always keep your creative kitchen cooking.
Next, I have a podcast that I want to do, like a movie critic podcast, like Siskel and Ebert type of thing, but I want to incorporate God into it. You know what I mean? Like just being a talk about, you know, Siskel and Ebert used to talk about and rate movies, but I want to talk about them and show the God in every movie you watch, because you can watch the most violent movie with God is going to be in there. So I'm just trying to put it together, how to put that together. You know, it's one of my things I'm getting together right now. And, you know, actually do like a Cisco Libre, but it's going to be talking about all the things that are God in the movie and all the things that are the enemy. You know, breaking it down bit by bit. That's one of the things I plan on doing and getting to more directing. That's another thing, directing films and putting out my own content.
I love it. I love it, and I'm excited. Listen, I thank you so much for sharing your time, space, and energy. I know you are busy. You are out there working, and you took time for me, and I really appreciate that. I want you to shout out all of your social media where everybody can experience DRob and where they can the current movies they can catch you in.
Okay. So my social media, my Facebook is D space ROBB Robertson, which is DRob Robertson with 2 B's. My Instagram is at DRob2K3, so at DRob2K3. And I have a list of movies. I have let's see, these movies are on Amazon Prime and Tubi. In a Split Second, Broken Covenant, The Setup, The Millennials is actually BET Plus. Hunter is actually BET Plus. Seeds is Amazon Prime and Tubi. Nicole movie is Amazon Prime and Tubi. I Wish I Never Met You, which that's a film by Zane, the writer, the classic Zane. It's called I Wish I Never Met You, and that is on Tubi and it's on Amazon Prime. Sorry. The Mark movie is coming soon, and then Killer B&B is another Zane movie that's coming out soon. It's my first horror movie. And then the 10 Love Commandments, I'm a lead in this also. That is coming soon within a couple months. We'll have the premiere for that. And, of course, the Country Wayne series that's going on. And a movie called Moguls that's on Amazon Prime and Tubi. And also a movie called Seeds, that's part 2 is on Amazon Prime and Tubi. I think that covers most of them. Oh, and then it's a movie called Multiple that's getting ready to come out soon. And also a movie called The Milwaukee Story, that's with me, Bootsy, MJG and A-Ball and Starlito, and that's on Tubi right now. Yeah. I think I got them all.
I love it. What, you got the setup.
Yeah. Oh yes, and the setup. The setup is on Tubi. And The Games We Play, that's another one. The Games We Play is on Tubi right now, too.
Man, that was crazy. I take you on that one. That was crazy. And it was a really good movie. And then in a split second, my girl Kristen Kinder is in that movie.
I know.
Yeah, that was a great movie as well.
Yeah, that had everybody cheering up. When we had the premiere for it, we had it sold out. It was sold out in Michigan and sold out in Atlanta. And it was, when I say that movie had everybody crying, it was a real powerful movie too, because everybody can relate to somebody that's dealing with cancer or lost somebody that's dealing with cancer.
Absolutely. And that was really powerful too.
Yeah, it was.
Well, I thank you so very much, and I will talk to you soon.
Okay, I appreciate you having me on the show.
I appreciate you coming on.